For Gaming Chronicles TV, I'm Capital M Matt Siciliano, and I want to talk to you right now about Pokken Tournament. It's basically a Tekken and Pokemon mashup game. 3D fighting like you've experienced from Tekken or Soul Calibur, but with Pokemon as the central characters. There's been some footage released over the last couple of months, not much, little teasers, there was a trailer, there was a live stream from Bandai Namco, the studio that is putting this game together, and we now have like an official release trailer, officially announcing the Pokemon and officially tearing it up on the internet. The officially announced Pokemon participants are, starting with the two Pokemon we saw in the original trailer release, fighting-type Pokemon, Machamp and Lucario. Big, meaty, humanoid fighter, Machamp. He's got 4 arms. He's just a beast-looking character, rippling biceps, body slams and throws. And then the steel fighting-type Lucario, who's a little more nimble, a little more agile, got a little bit more of that Bruce Lee kind of go-with-the-flow kind of thing going on with him. But both Pokemon make a lot of sense in a fighting game. They're built like fighters. They also recently showed Gardevoir, the psychic fairy-type Pokemon, who is a little more flowy and has what looks like a little more finesse to her playstyle, as well as some range attacks. Suicune, Suicune, the legendary dog Pokemon from the Gold and Silver games. Now, this is a bit unique. This is a creature that walks on all 4s. It's also gigantic. So, seeing it dash around the battlefield shooting blizzards and ice beams out of its mouth, really, really cool, and showing that the playstyle of the game is going to be not just your standard 2-player, bipedal brawling game. The other creature that they've shown that's playable is, of course, Pokemon mascot, Pikachu. There would not be a Pokemon game without that little yellow electric rat mouse Pikachu. But the thing is, he really blends in well. They've shown him on 2 legs, but they've shown him running around on all 4s like we've seen from the animated series and such. He's throwing electricity everywhere, he's shocking opponents with giant electrical ball attacks or summoning lightning down like in the Smash Bros. Series. So these are the Pokemon we've seen in combat, in contest with one another. We've also seen some support Pokemon. Just to throw the names out there real quick, the Grass-type Snivy, Water-Ice-type Lapras, Fire-type Fennekin, Emolga, the electric flying mouse-type Pokemon, and not like a Pikachu knockoff, everyone's favorite normal-type Eevee, and Frogadier. These two were just recently announced, I believe, in the promotional material, now on the Pokken Tournament's website. So that's very exciting, because we're seeing a lot of elements from classic beat-em-ups put into this fighting game. If Bandai Namco's the one making it, which they are, it's completely confirmed, we know we're in for a really, really well-built 3D engine for a fighting game. They've had amazing success with their Tekken series. Now, Tekken 7 just got announced that it's coming soon. The Soul Calibur series, well, I feel like not as mainstream as it had been around Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3, has really tightened up the gameplay and focused less on maneuvering these characters in this world that has no plot and story that makes sense anymore, but really just fine-tuning the type of fighting that each character represents or does. So Pokemon really can benefit from that because they're all different and unique creatures. We don't just have, Lucario standing on 2 legs and fighting with his hands. We have Machamp standing on 2 legs and fighting with 4 hands. We have Suicune running around the battlefield on all 4s, leaping high into the air because he's got that ability to jump with those big back legs, and shooting down ice attacks because he's a water type. We also see crazy stuff from Gardevoir, including a newly announced Mega Evolution for her. Lucario is the other one that we know Mega Evolves. So are these just boosted modes where they, get enough power saved up and this is their featured special? I'm not so sure, because Gardevoir in the clip seems to summon in that mode and become Mega Gardevoir, and then also do a cinematic finisher. And that's pretty cool if that's kind of a final attack. Not unlike what we've seen from the Super Smash Bros. Series with the Smash Ball. So here's what we know, okay? Pokken Tournament is going to be awesome. Let's put that out there. We know that this is a dedicated 3D fighting game from the makers of Tekken. Bullet point number 1. That's the big information, the big takeaway from this. And we do know that Namco, I'm just going to say Namco because Namco were the ones that started the whole Tekken thing. We do know that Namco knows how to make a working fighting game. I mean, balancing I mean, good strategy. There's some juggling in here, breakout attacks, all this kind of stuff. We know they know what they're doing in this world, and we know it's going to be strong because of their background. And here's what we don't know, and it's the thing that really interests me the most, and I'm going to think you guys are going to be interested in this too. What's next? Who's next? What Pokemon are going to come into this roster as both playing and support Pokemon? My big question for you is, who do you want to see in this game? Leave it in the comments below, and it could be anybody. I'm pretty sure all bets are off here. It could be a Gyarados, it could be an Arbok, it could be a Magikarp. Oh my gosh, if Magikarp is not a support in this game, they're doing it wrong. That would be hilarious if you summon him and he just sits there and splashes, and maybe it's just a distraction. Maybe the opponent just goes, really? And then gets smacked right in the face. That would be awesome. If you want to know my top 5 for this game, go ahead and click the link on the screen and it'll take you to that video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to more on GCTV.
Bandai Namco